Well, we weren't concerned about winning or losing the basketball game. We wanted to play a certain style, and they did a really good job of throwing a lot of junk defenses at us, zones and box and ones and things we really haven't been prepared for over the last, because we've only been practicing for 3 days. So, but we worked hard on the defensive side. Degara, their big guy, he's a load for everybody, and took up a lot of space offensively, took a lot of space up defensively, and really caused us some problems. But this is exactly what we need. We need it to be hard. We didn't want it to be easy. If it's easy, it's not going to help us. Was hard, so we're happy it was hard. What? Got a lot of work to do. That's why we still got a lot of work, but we got time. That's the whole idea of why we're playing now. It's because we got a lot of work to do ahead of us. That's why we're playing friendlies in Turkey and friendlies in Poland. Hopefully we will just continue to get better and better and better as we move forward. But obviously, for this game, we weren't pretty. We got to be better, and we got to defend better. We got to play better. But again, this is just that's why we had it. That's why we had this game, so we can have a feel for where we are. We're not where we want to be yet, but we have time to get better. I don't feel we're shorthanded at all. I'm not a guy who plays 11, 12 guys anyway. You know me. I don't play that many guys. I'm really an 8 to 9 man rotation. The reason you have 12 guys is not necessarily for the game. You have 12 guys in practice. So you have extra bodies in practice in case somebody goes down. So I don't feel shorthanded at all. However, I do really, really miss Scotty. You all know how much I rely on Scotty. He's such an infectious player. He affects the guys around him. He does all the things that don't show up on a scorecard. And so it's not that we can't find a replacement for him. It's that we're just missing him. Anybody we get is not going to replace Scotty. That's just a fact of life. So, but we don't feel shorthanded. We talked it out with 11 guys. They're 11 strong, and they feel we're okay. So, people are making a mountain out of a molehill here, and it's not that big of a deal to go 11 strong, at least for me.
This is a very important game. It's a friendly, but it's part of our preparation.
We're going 11 strong.
Let's go back to the game first. Started off well, first quarter.
Coach, what's your assessment of playing against Neguara? Because of course you got opponents in.
Well, I hope we don't have a Degara there. My gosh, he's 7'6". He's reportedly the biggest professional player in the world. So he's one of a kind, but it was a good test for Junmar and Kai, because they couldn't get a lot of things inside. He just takes up too much space. So, and we had a hard time. Again, we only had 3 days to practice, so we haven't really practiced zone. We didn't practice box and one, things like that. So we were a little bit confused, but we came out second half, got a little figured out, and played better. And those are the areas in which we miss Scotty. But New did a great job of getting in the middle and causing problems for them in the zone.
Coach, feeling that point guard position that Scotty, what do you say about the other guys feeling that point guard position of Scotty?
I think we're looking at Dwight to help us out in the backcourt. He played the wing for us when we had Scotty, but we moved him to the backcourt. He gives us great size, and he's still capable of scoring from that position. We don't play a pure point guard system. That's just if you look at the triangle over the years, we didn't really use pure point guards. Even LA is not a pure point guard in our system. Johnny Abarientos wasn't a pure point guard in our system, where we run a lot of single high or dribble drive. It's different for us. So We feel Dwight's capable. New is obviously very capable, and I'm really pleasantly surprised with CJ. CJ's handling and seeing our offense really, really well. So I don't feel we're losing anything. We got another guy. Those guys would probably sit behind. They'd sit behind Dwight and New and CJ anyway. So and it's just a matter. I came to this approach that I would rather go with 12 and invite people to play, rather than go with 16 and cut people. I didn't want to cut people. These are stars. I don't want to cut people. So, the idea is that if we needed somebody, we'd go get them, and we did. We got Japeth, we got Mason. The thing with Scotty happened so late, however, we just couldn't get somebody for him. But again, we didn't really feel we needed anybody for him at this point. So, this is just the style that I wanted to do. And we came into this eyes wide open that we knew this might happen. But I also, if you remember the last window, we only had 10 players, right? When we played against Taiwan, we only had 10 guys. Jamie didn't play, and Jumar didn't play, and AJ didn't play. We only had Japeth as a sub. So again, going 10, 11 guys, not an issue for us. Alex is ageless. He's absolutely ageless, and he can step into a team right now and still contribute anywhere he wanted to at this point. He's been an awesome player all these years. He's just really tough to defend. He's lefty, he's crafty, he's tough.
Coach, Sean Chambers. What's his role in the team? Is he as an assistant coach already?
Who?
Sean Chambers.
Oh, Sean.
Yeah, Sean Chambers.
For some reason, when you were saying Sean Chambers, I was hearing Justin Brownlee.
No,
So my mind was saying Justin, you were saying Sean. Yeah, Sean is at the last minute. We couldn't get LA to attend with us. He had other duties to do with the company, and Josh is so locked into his World Cup. He's in Turkey right now, and he wouldn't be available for us. And we're just looking around and say, hey, we're short. We were basically Jong and Richard, and Richard's really the team manager, So really had only one assistant coach along with Patrick, who's really our analytics guy. So, Sean steps in. He played with me for 13 years. He knows me personally as well as anybody I've ever met. He knows our system. He knows the triangle. So he's just a perfect guy. And if you've ever been around him, I know a lot of you guys have, he is like one of the most wonderful people to have around you. So he's a perfect fit. We begged him, and then we begged FEU, and thank goodness that he said yes, and most importantly, FEU said yes. So our thanks goes out to FEU.
Coach, what ultimately made you decide not to include RR anymore in the last 12?
It was a visa problem. We couldn't get a visa in time for him. We wanted him. We wanted other players at all. We talked about other players. We talked to other players. But for one reason or another, we couldn't get anybody. And anybody that we wanted. I can go through I don't want to go through the list of guys we talked to, but it was quite a long list. And for one reason or another, it didn't work out. Whether it was a visa issue or family issue or whatever. And like I said, it was ideas. I was going to add people if we needed them. Just happened out that we did this so late that we couldn't get anybody that we really wanted to come in. I mean, we could have gotten. Josh was offering one of his players from the 17 and under to come in and play us, and so he could get experience. But again, it was like I got to teach him how to run the triangle. I got to teach him how to do the defense and be very disruptive at that point. Ask Mason. Mason had a hard time. He's new to our team. He had a really hard time learning the triangle, even up to now, over 3 days. So that's one guy. You get a second guy, it's even harder. So unless we could have gotten someone that knew the triangle, I think that we're better off going 11 strong.
Are you ready
For us to play them, and Istanbul as well. So
you like the choice?
Yeah, I love it. Poland's number 15 in the world, and so they'll give us a real good feel. And Turkey's number 24, but they're much better if their NBA guys show up. I don't know if their NBA guys are going to show up, but because they're not preparing for the OQT. Poland is preparing for the OQT in Valencia. So, but Turkey is just preparing for the Euro qualifiers. So they may not have their full team there, but we'll see. It should be a good indication of where we are by the time we get to Riga. That's the idea.
What's between the two countries?